Hey, little champs. Welcome to Peaceful Whisper. Shh. Close your eyes and let me tell you the story of a girl who could catch falling stars. Her name was Mira. She lived in a quiet little village nestled between rolling green hills and sleepy trees that rustled like lullabies. The people in the village were kind, but they were busy. They hurried. They worried. They forgot sometimes to look up. But not Mira. No, Mira always looked up. Every evening, when the sun had tucked itself behind the hills and the sky turned soft and purple, Mira would climb onto her rooftop. She had a special ladder, creaky but strong, and a blanket stitched with stars that she wrapped around her shoulders like a hug. And then she waited. Not for sleep, not for the moon. She waited for stars to fall. One night when the air was cool and the world was quiet, it happened. A star, bright and golden, streaked across the sky. Mira stood slowly. She reached out her hand, her fingers open like a promise. And just like that, the star floated down and settled in her palm. It didn't burn. It didn't vanish. It glowed, warm and gentle, like it belonged there. And then the star whispered, "For the old man who's forgotten joy." Mira's eyes widened. She felt its light slip into her skin, soft and glowing. It warmed her from the inside out. She didn't know how, but she understood. The next morning, she followed the winding path through the village until she reached a crooked little house full of clocks. Mr. Tobin lived there, an old man with a frown as long as a shadow and a voice like dust. He never smiled. He never waved. He just ticked through the days like the clocks on his shelves. Mira knocked gently. Mr. Tobin opened the door and blinked at her. She didn't say a word. She just held out her hand, and a little flicker of golden light drifted from her palm and touched his heart. And then something magical happened. He laughed, not loudly, not wildly, just a soft, surprised laugh, like a memory returning after being forgotten for a long, long time. From that day on, Mr. Tobin left his door open in the mornings, and he smiled. The next night, another star fell. This one was silver. It shimmered and sang a tiny bell-like tune as it rested in Mira's hand. It whispered, "For the lost kitten in the hollow tree." And so, under the moonlight, Mira tiptoed through the woods, guided by the pull in her heart and the light in her hand. She found the kitten curled in the roots of a twisted oak tree, tiny, shivering, and all alone. Mira crouched down and reached out. The light in her hand glowed softly, and the kitten's fear melted away. She scooped it up, warm and purring, and named him Patch. The next day, the village baker, who always wanted a cat but never found the right one, adopted Patch with a grin and a teary smile. And so it continued. Night after night, Mira climbed to her roof, catching stars. A blue one fell, whispering, "For the boy who hasn't spoken since his father left." Mira brought that star to little Eli, who sat silent every day beneath the playground tree. She said nothing. She just opened her glowing hand, and Eli looked at her, his eyes wide. He blinked, and then whispered back, "Thank you." The village began to change. People lit candles outside their doors at night, just in case Mira passed by, just in case she had a star for them. They didn't speak of magic. They didn't ask how she did it. They just felt warmer, softer, a little more awake inside. But as Mira gave more and more stars away, she began to feel tired. Not sleepy, not lazy, just empty. She didn't glow quite the same. One evening, a small golden star landed in her hand. It whispered something different this time. It said, "This one is for you." Mira shook her head. "No." Someone else needs it more. She closed her hand and let it fade into her skin. But this time, it didn't warm her. It didn't whisper kindness. It just disappeared. That night, she dreamed of shadows instead of light. The sky, too, seemed to go quiet. For the first time in a long while, no stars fell. Mira climbed her rooftop and waited. Nothing. The silence wasn't peaceful anymore. It was lonely. Then, a light appeared, but not from the sky. It came from the path. A traveler, cloaked in blue, holding a lantern that shimmered like stardust. He walked with quiet steps to her house and knocked just once. Mira opened the door, tired and unsure. The traveler looked down kindly. "I heard," he said, "that a girl here catches stars." Mira nodded. "I used to," she whispered. He knelt and opened his lantern. Inside, a golden light danced. She gave too much, the traveler said, and forgot herself. Then, gently, he offered the lantern to her. "This one," he said, "is for you." Mira touched the edge. The light poured over her fingers, but it didn't burn. It didn't whisper. It sang, a soft, humming lullaby full of memories. Mr. Tobin's laugh, the kitten's purr, Eli's voice, the warmth she had given. Tears slipped down her cheeks. The light wrapped around her like her blanket. And for the first time in weeks, Mira felt full. Not just of stars, but of love. The stars returned the next night. They filled the sky, playful and bright. But something had changed. Mira watched as one star floated down toward another house in the village. A house where a grandmother cared for 4 grandchildren with quiet strength. Another drifted toward a boy who sang lullabies to his baby sister. A third floated to a girl who shared her bread with a stray dog. The stars were choosing new hands now. Kind hands. Giving hearts. The sky had seen what Mira had done. And now it trusted the village, too. Mira still watched the stars every night. She still caught one, now and then. But mostly, she smiled as others began to shine. Lanterns glowed in windows. Soft laughter filled the streets. And even when nights felt dark, the village knew there would always be light. And if you walk through that village today, you might find a girl, a little older now, sitting on a rooftop, wrapped in a starry blanket, holding a kitten in her lap. She'll wave at you, and you might feel just a little warmer inside. Because Mira, the Starlight Girl, is still there. Still watching. Still believing. Still whispering softly into the night. Even the tiniest light can guide someone home. So when you feel small, little one, when your voice feels quiet or your heart feels unsure, remember Mira, the girl who caught stars, the girl who gave light. And know this, your light matters too, even in the darkest night. Especially then. Thanks for watching, champs. Just don't forget to like and subscribe.